How's it going, everyone? AFC Finners. Today we're doing a Welsh double bill. We're going to see Merthyr Town just around the corner from local Merthyr Wetherspoons, and then this evening we see Wales take on the greatest country in the world, Kazakhstan. So I'm very excited. Always wanted to see Wales play. But, not too far from Gloucestershire. It's on the road I used to go to towards Wales when I was a kid. The lovely veggie banks and mash. Tom's got his pasta Alfredo. Let's head down to Merthyr Town.
Let's here we go then. Ground's up there at the top of this hill. You excited? You love a good hike, don't you? Okay, after 40 days and 40 nights we made it. Tomado's traumatised. Here we go. Look at that lovely Welsh countryside. There's the ground there. That's an artefact signed by both Gaza and Vinny.
So, about to go inside, but before we do, let's find out today's about today's host, Merthyr Town.
Merthyr Town were first founded in 1908 and entered the Southern League of the English Football Pyramid, which contained fellow Welsh outfits Cardiff, Newport and Swansea. They finished third in 1912 to seal promotion, but were relegated 2 years later. They became a member of the Football League in 1920, and when the third division was added, they finished 8th in their first season. They declined though, and were voted out of the Football League in 1930. 4 years later, they went out of business, but were reformed as Merthyr Town FC in 1945, and achieved great success, winning Southern League titles on 5 separate occasions. In 1951, they won the Southern League, Welsh Cup, Southern League Cup and Welsh Challenge Cup. A trophy drought would follow, but they won a 6th league title in 1989 and entered the conference as a result. In 2010, they were liquidated, but reformed once more and joined the Western Football League and achieved promotion back to Southern League in 2012, also winning the Southern Football League Division 1 South and West title in 2015 and the Southern League Cup in 2016. They recently offered a spot in the Welsh League but turned it down and are hoping to continue their rise from the ashes. Overall, they've won 1 Western Football League Division 1 title, 1 Western League Premier Division title, 1 Southern Football League Division 1 South and West title, 6 Southern League Premier Division titles, 1 Welsh Football League title, 1 Welsh Football League Cup, 3 Welsh Cups and 1 Southern League Cup. And a bit of trivia, in 1987, after winning the Welsh Cup, Merthyr were able to enter the European Cup Winners' Cup. They were drawn against Atalanta and will beat the Italian side in a home leg, but lose the return leg at Bergamo 2-0. So those are hosts, Merthyr Town. Let's have a look inside their home, Pen-y-Darren Park.
Very snazzy club bar. Look at all these shirts. Oh, that's Atalanta. Don't know what trophy that is. Aaron Ramsey, I think. Well, Tom, it's a Hungary one. And we just come back from there. It's a lovely collection of shirts. Very nice. Shiny pin badge, £3. It's quite nice. I've not seen one like this before. Here we are then. That's the club shop there. Tomato just popped inside. What's this?
Identical.
This is lovely. Retro terraces. Nice view of the Welsh landscape in the background. I like this. I like this a lot. That is a proper terrace right there. It's going to be a great afternoon. Love those flags. This is very nice indeed. So, everyone was telling me to get the chip cob, and it's katsu and it's delightful. It's like Welsh bunny chow, but look at that. It's absolutely delicious. Tom's loving it. This is one of the best things I've got at a game. It's delicious. Very nice touch here. The Memorial Garden in view of the game. Tribute to Joe Morrell, member of the Euro 2020. Here they come. Lovely sunny Welsh day. Let's do this. Merthyr versus Chertsey.
So Merthyr's goalkeeper had a bit of a scramble and he lost the ball and brought down Chertsey player in the box. Very lucky not to be sent off, but the away side have a penalty. The same for Merthyr, it had started well for them, but just one mistake from the keeper and Chertsey take the lead. Could be long afternoons for them, or they could come back into it, but one clumsy bit of goalkeeping they've ruined the day for them. 1-0 to Chertsey.
Tomatoes had to go for it. Do you like pizzas? So it's got school canteen vibes. It's good, bad pizza. Burger. Proper leopard spots. Good stuff. How much was it?
£2.50 a slice.
That's pretty good.
Half time and Chertsey retain their leads going into the break. Merthyr have been poor since conceding the goal. They've had chances but been wasteful, and you do wonder whether they can get anything out of it. But the referee's been poor. There's quite a few handballs from Chertsey. He's completely ignored. Started watching the LA Lakers the amount of times they sit their hands, but could be different second half. We'll have to see. But I wouldn't be surprised if Chertsey see this out 1-0. Well, I have to say we don't see screamers, but we saw that over kick at Honved, and I think it may have just been trumped. A half volley from range, it sailed so slowly in the top corner. There was a general attitude of surely not, but it's nestled perfectly, and the whole crowd like this in shock. Merthyr finally break through 1-1. Get that goal this season. I don't care if this is Premier League. Incredible. Well, Merthyr found out how to put it in the net, and at long last they're in front. Corner was swung in, and it's been headed beyond the keeper, trickled into the net. Merthyr in front 2-1. They've earned it for that glorious goal earlier. This one less glamorous, but they won't care. They're in front at last. Not long to go, and the third goal has sealed the 3 points. The shot came in, keeper's parried it away, but instinctually striker has curled it in from post range. And Merthyr truly, well and truly, have absolutely completed the comeback now. Win sealed 3-1. What a victory. Well, it truly was a game of two halves as Merthyr come away with the 3 points, 3 excellent goals in this second half. They turned it on, they figured things out, and fair play to them, they truly deserved the win. So, great afternoon of football, full time, 3-1 to the home side. So that was Merthyr Town, part 1 of our escapade in Wales, and that was brilliant. That was a really nice ground, lovely community. I'll tell you more in the ratings. Nice to meet our good friend Gareth and some of his friends in the second half as well. But yeah, lovely day overall. Thank you to Malda for picking this out. I think this is definitely one I'd highly recommend to other Groundhoppers. Real strong community club, very proud of identity and very unique experience. So time to head to Cardiff for Wales against Kazakhstan. Very excited for that, but had a really good time and definitely well worth the wait. So thank you, Merthyr. All the best for the rest of the season. Congratulations on your victory. Time to rate the experience.
So we will start off with the welcome, and it was nothing short of fantastic. The second we got to the ground, there was a steward who basically gave us a download of everything, basically said, "Good afternoon, guys. This here, this here, this here stands over there." He just told us everything, and that suggests that he says that to everyone he could tell wasn't, from Merthyr, which was really nice. And there was another man who gave us directions, and it was very obvious we weren't local, but didn't feel uncomfortable at any point. They welcomed us with open arms and was so friendly. But we went into the club shop and immediately went like, "Hello," and just everyone was just generally really nice. So it was an absolutely lovely welcome. We felt right at home with them, and everyone was such a good laugh. The positive fans we were standing with, not too much of fault in the welcome at all. It's a really good club, really good presence, and just generally good vibes. You can tell it means a lot to the community, the fact they have the travel club and everything. Just overall nice vibes, really nice staff, and a lot of care taken of the club to make it a good experience. There were people there in their droves, such a good turnout, such a family friendly experience, people of all different ages there. And it was my English accent stood out there like a sore thumb, but didn't feel like an outsider at all. Felt right at home. So absolutely lovely club. Really, really enjoyed it, and just generally nice vibes. Definitely mean a lot to the community. A lot of passionate fans there. So it's a really solid welcome. And also in the club bar, there was a guy who
worked there for 40 years. I can't remember what it was I asked, but they was giving me some advice on something. So it was very nice that people like that didn't look down at outsiders. And the club bar was such a really nice place. There was a lot of care taken of it, all those retro shirts, and it was really well maintained, really clean. So really good club bar. And they said there was another bar elsewhere, but just really well set up overall for a really positive experience. So absolutely loved it. Welcome, 9.5 out of 10. Food and drink also really solid and very imaginative. Apparently we're the only clubs at this level not to serve burgers, which I think is, I don't mind a burger, but I like they're going against the norm, thinking outside the box. But that chip cob was absolutely fantastic. It's a real stroke of genius from them, because people will say, oh, you need to try the chip cob at Merthyr, which people said to us, and that might be enough of a hook to get people in, but it's well worth the hype as well. It's really nice food, really proper crunchy golden brown chips I absolutely like, and katsu sauce, which was delicious, and really nice bread. I can't quite tell what type it was, but that was quality. Filled me up for lunch. Really imaginative piece of work. It makes it stand out. It's something that you'll remember from it and will play a part in getting people to go there. So really good thinking there. You've got something unique that makes it stand out from the crowd, but it's not just unique. You've also put a lot of effort into making sure it's good quality. So really good stuff there. And the pizza as well, obviously it wasn't like a wood-fired Italian pizza or anything like that, but again, that's also thinking outside the box. There was an alternative to the veggie cob, and it was fine. It was pretty solid pizza. So there's just stuff that isn't boring and dull, stuff that's really imaginative. And they had an ice cream van there, so loads of people getting ice cream. Surprisingly, you see very few of them at grounds these days, but I thought that was something good. And given there's a lot of children there, it's good to, give them an ice cream just to help them enjoy their day. Really good thinking on food and drink, and it's just nice to have something a bit different to burger and chips like it is at so many other grounds. And it's not just, food for the sake of it. It's food that will fill you up for lunch. Those pizzas could clearly do that. I think the only slight blip, I'd say, it's only a minor thing, but in the club bar, they had a sort of generic selection of drinks, which is fine. It was stuff like Guinness and Coors, which people like. But I just think maybe it'd be worth linking up with a local brewery just to get some kind of local beer, because I've actually had some Welsh beers and ciders before, and I've really liked them, but the options were just kind of the cookie cutter beers. So I think maybe if they just had something like a local lager on tap, a lot of people would definitely try that. People like me who are into their beers might want to try something local. A bit like when we went to Hales Owen and they had a Hales Owen ale. It doesn't have to be a Merthyr Town specific ale, just maybe something from Merthyr or nearby, a local brewery. Or like Cheltenham Town have got some Dare brewery there. So I just think maybe something like that, just to go forth with the Welsh identity. I think that's the only thing keeping them short of 10 for food and drink. But apart from that, really solid imagination and high quality food. I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. Atmosphere, there were really passionate fans and really got behind the team. It was just more of a go on rather than a chanting atmosphere. But they definitely made noise at points. It more just tended to be when they scored, chant for a little bit, then go quiet. But it was really good how they were waving the flag around at the end. That was a nice sight. And it's certainly more chanting than I've seen at a lot of grounds at this level. So it wasn't the loudest, almost consistent atmosphere, but there was definitely noise. And they really got behind the team and were very positive as well. When they went behind, they didn't turn on them, start swearing on them or anything. They got behind them. Even when that keeper really made a mistake, they made sure they got their heads up. So it was just a nice atmosphere to be amongst, really positive. Definitely got strongly behind the team. It was just more of a encouragement atmosphere rather than a chanting atmosphere, but that's okay. It was pretty good for this level, but obviously some grounds have more consistent chanting, so I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Stadium, it's so cool. It's such a cool ground. I just loved the design of it overall. Didn't sell its soul. I love that you felt like you were in a 1970s terrace. I just loved that stands where they had the food kiosk at the back. It was just so well designed, just really nice to look at, just gave you proper football heritage vibes. The one behind the goal was really good, and obviously it's nice that people can go in between the various stands, switch halves and all that. But pretty much everywhere you went got a really good view and a lovely view of the Welsh countryside, which I absolutely love. And also that big stand we were in, there was a little sofa at the back, which I thought was quite charming, obviously for old people. But yeah, it's just really well designed. The memorial garden's in an ideal location. If, say, it was the anniversary of someone's passing or their birthday and they were in that garden, you could stand there and watch the game if you wanted to make it that bit more sentimental. Everywhere had a really good view. All the stands were good. Like, one doesn't have a cover above it, but at least if it does rain, you can easily get into another stand. Food and drink points, easily accessible. One on one stands, one in the other, and an ice cream van in the corner. Really easy to get about. So it's a really well thought out stadium. It's got a nice view around it, and they haven't sold their soul at all. Got those flags on the side as well. So overall, fantastic stadium for this level. I've obviously been to much better quality stadiums, but I think it's one that definitely sticks in my mind, and I'd recommend a lot more than other grounds at this level. So obviously, I can't give it as high a rating as places like Old Trafford and Anfield, but for this level, it's fantastic. And it's got an incredible amount of soul, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. And finally, value for money, pretty solid as well. I think the only blip maybe was the ticket. I thought 13 quid was probably a little bit too much. A tenner, I think, would have been fine. But the pin badge was 3 quid. It was only about 4 quid for that chip cob, which was the only food I needed at that game. It was massive. It was $2.50 a slice of that pizza, which also thought was pretty good. That looks like it was pretty big and would definitely fill you up. In no means ripping you off, and you get a really good experience for what you pay. It's just overall a really nice club, and ticket was more than I thought it should have been, but it wasn't a rip-off. So pretty solid value for money. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. So thank you, Merthyr. Lovely experience, and again, a really positive, welcoming crowd to be amongst. I absolutely loved that, and I will thoroughly be recommending it to my fellow groundhoppers. I think that's definitely up there with the best non-league days we've done, and maybe the best goal we've seen in ground to ground. It was incredible. I'll leave a link in the description, but absolutely lovely day in Wales. You'll be seeing the Wales versus Kazakhstan vlog very soon. But I had a really good time. Thank you, Tom Aldo, for driving and joining me for a lovely day. Good to see you, Gareth, and your friends as well. If you go to Merthyr, in the name of Christ and all that is holy, try the chip cob. Thank you all for watching. If you'd like to support days out like this, you can check out the link in the description below and support me on Patreon for as little as £1 a month. See you next time.